Yogis, a question. I'm afraid I will fall asleep in Shavasana. What can I do? Well, we've all been there. I know I've had a couple of snoozes in Shavasana. Do you know what? It was a lovely Shavasana. Don't worry too much about it. If you snore, don't worry too much about it. There's usually someone snoring. It's not a big thing. Everyone else is in their own little blissed out bubble after doing their yoga practice. It's just a sign that maybe you worked really hard and perhaps you're not getting enough sleep, but that's the story of our lives. I remember going to a 90-minute pranayama session in an Iyengar studio in London, and it was a supine session, the whole lot. At least I was supine. I went in, I lay down, I fell asleep, I woke up 90 minutes later, and I know I snored through the whole thing. But you know what, that's what I needed. I was probably out having a boogie the night before. I had a lovely rest. And yeah, don't worry. Yogis, a question. How many years does it take to get to Samadhi? Well, it takes me about 10 minutes on my bicycle and about 28 minutes if I walk. I jest. Samadhi is a state of blissful stillness that you achieve through yoga. There are layers of Samadhi, there are levels of Samadhi. There's fleeting Samadhi that you may get after a yoga class or yoga practice and you feel lovely and warm and gooey. That's a type of Samadhi, but that comes and goes, doesn't it? Then as you dive into your practice, Samadhi gets a little more permanent. You feel better in yourself. Ideally, it's not just from yoga practice, it's also from maybe a little meditation, a little bit of discernment that you get to the higher levels of Samadhi. Depends how hard you practice. Just keep going, you'll get there. The main thing is get on your mat. Yogis, a question. Is yoga a religion? Holy Mother Divine. That is the big one, isn't it? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a religion. But some religions do use yoga. So Buddhism uses yoga, Jainism uses yoga, Hinduism uses yoga, but it doesn't mean that yoga is Buddhist, Hindu or Jain. They use aspects of yoga, practices of yoga to calm their mind so that they become steady and quiet for meditation, contemplation and prayer. Now you could argue that certain religious contemplative orders in Christianity use not unsimilar practices. They wouldn't call it yoga, but they're using similar techniques to quieten their minds. So no, it's not a religion, but it can be utilized to give you perhaps a more meaningful religious experience. Yogis, a great question. In 60 seconds, the benefits of yoga. It helps you to relax, you know that. It helps you to release tension in the process. That is going to help you to sleep if you practice regularly. It's going to make you happier. Scientifically, it's shown that it helps your body to release oxytocin, serotonin, pheromones that make you feel better. It helps you focus, it sharpens your mind, it helps you to stay more present. It boosts structural muscles, endurance muscles, the muscles that you need to keep you standing upright all day, the muscles that are in your back, which is one of the reasons why yoga has been shown to reduce back pain. It helps to regulate adrenal gland function, so it reduces unnecessary stress hormones. That ties back into releasing tension. It improves balance, great as we're aging, aren't we all? And it improves bone density. That's for starters. Yogis, today's question. Namaste. What does it mean and why do we say it at the start or the end of a yoga class? Namaste means I bow to you. Nama or namaha means to bow or to bend. When you say namaste, I bow to you, I bend to you. So it's a respectful greeting. It doesn't mean something, you know, poetic and deeply spiritual like the light in me bows to, you know, you hear that kind of stuff. That's just being a little more poetic. You will come across it. I came across it first in Nepal, and it's a regular day-to-day greeting of hello and goodbye. In south of India, it's a hello. Some people say, you're saying hello at the end of a yoga class, but no, you're actually saying I bow to you. And we use this Sanskrit, the ancient language of yoga, in our yoga classes. So it is nice to use that little bit of Sanskrit to wrap it up, don't you think? Namaste.